Hi, this is Russ Benson. I am a Liverpool supporter, and you're listening to Drunkard United Football Show. You all need Jesus.
Sound like you motherfuckers needed Jesus while I was away.
Yeah, it got a little weird.
Listen to that. You are a little weird, let's face it.
It was good. I thought we had a good time, man. We really did.
Nothing matters. It was the third round of the FA Cup this weekend, and that is all that fucking matters. David beat Goliath like in the most monumental way. Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the third round of the FA Cup as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, apparently the only person on this planet that loves hearing the sound of his own voice more than me, the conversationalist, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
You could be able. You got some conversation saved up tonight since you were doing like 3-hour fucking sessions.
Yeah, we a lot of it was just we got off on tangent jokes and kept going with them. Mm-hmm. And Mel, one I think you'll find enjoyable is Geckel brought a series of beers. I don't know if you heard this. They were from one brewery. One of them was called Julius, one of them was called Haze, and the other one was called Green. Mm-hmm. And a common theme that Hiram kept talking about was how he is like a 26-year-old black dude, but on the inside, he's like a 55-year-old black dude.
Yes, he is.
And then we got to talking about Chrysler 300s because of Julia's best friend Mary searching for Chrysler 200s. And I said, you know what's really funny is we were looking at these cars to help Mary out. And the 300 popped up, and Carly was like, oh, I remember these. And I was like, yeah, every 60-year-old black dude in Bowie drove one. And then Hiram was like, I looked at a couple last week. And then I said, Geckel, what's even funnier is all three of these beers, if you line them up in the correct order, sound like a 55, 60-year-old black man's name, Julius Hayes Green. And that's how he introduces himself to younger women at the pub.
And, of course, on the ones and twos, the fresh back from her birthday trip, our producer, Mel. How are you, producer Mel?
Physically here, mentally not.
Yeah, I can tell that, Are you a 55-year-old older black man, too, there, Mel?
We just lost the stream again.
Oh, no.
Did you turn the Wi-Fi off on your phone?
I can turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone right now.
When the thing fell, did we put it back in a good spot?
Yes, we did. We put it right back in the spot that it was in.
All right.
Yeah, so I will turn off my Wi-Fi, not a problem. And hopefully we don't lose too many people from the live stream and all that. But you go ahead and go back to that, and we'll do our thing. We'll be all right because
bear with us.
We're recorded at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your pods. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night when the Wi-Fi wants to work. Should you want to chat with us, there's many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
First of all, I'd like to say, please bear with us while we experience some technical difficulties.
Okay.
As a normal person and host of a show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Okay.
At DU Football Show on social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Oh, by the way, that's how a professional fucking does it. Actually hits the things instead of going, at the show, but how you talk to us.
I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
And I should have.
Yeah.
And I sat here for a minute and tried to find an old email that had the intro written, and I couldn't find it.
Sometimes hands at 10 and 2. Just drive the bus, Sam. You don't have to overthink it. Keep it nice and easy. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep passion and love for all things distilled spirits. So is the red-blooded Americans we are. We vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, we are starting the list. Whisky Advocate's top 20 for 2025. We made a conscious decision. We're not buying them all this year. Some of them are just ridiculously priced. Some of them aren't in market, and we're not going to go to the great lengths that we typically do to go find them. And sometimes they're going to be out of order because, frankly, I know number 19 isn't even in the fucking market yet.
Right.
So we got to wait for it to come to market.
Yep.
So,
actually, I should check that.
Mr. Graham, why don't you tell us about number 20 on our list?
Absolutely, I will. This is the Lochlea Fallow edition, third crop. It's a single malt Scotch whiskey matured in first fill Oloroso sherry butts, non-chill filtered, and no color added. This comes to you at 92 proof. Your Whisky Advocate blurb isn't. There it is.
Yeah.
Comes to you by David Savannah of the group. They gave this a score of 93, just so you know, and it's a Lowland single malt.
Don't have to have very many Lowlands.
Never, for some odd reason, because they are quite good. In the Scottish Lowlands, you will find Lochlea, an old farm where Robert Burns once lived. That's interesting. It grew barley for cattle, and new ownership decided to use the barley for a higher calling and eventually opened a single malt distillery here in 2018. This is the company's third version of Fallow Edition, and it's rather delicate with raisin and coffee bean, tempered with a touch of menthol. A drop of water brings out warm honey while adding length to the finish. Like I said before, it comes in about 92, it is 92 proof. And should run you between $75 to $80 on the shelf.
Found it right around market price. Oh yeah, I just took a sip of it with the ice. Honey definitely comes to mind. That little bit of mentholy, like that eucalypty mint is on the back end. Sherry bomb. When you say raisin, it gives me a lot of Amarone wine, kind of, old raisin kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it really does.
It's almost a little thick. I don't hate that.
What's nice is it's rounded.
Yeah.
It's not like a Fino sherry that's going to be very dry and abrasive. Mm-hmm. It's that rounded kind of desserty sherry, which is quite nice.
It is really, really, really fucking good.
It's almost like the fruit version of what a port would give you.
Yeah. So
port's a lot of chocolate, a lot of nuttiness, a lot of that kind of stuff. This is much more like dried raisin.
This is very good if I'm going to be critical, right? Like we're doing salt and pepper here. I get almost more liqueur vibe than I do Scottish whiskey single malt vibe.
Yeah.
But I also don't hate that. Like I really like the flavor is incredible. This is
it's a great way to open the list, to be honest.
Yeah, and they're like it was Petite Cellars, and they have like 4 or 5 different expressions of Lochlea. I wouldn't mind going after something that maybe wasn't as wood influenced, just to really get a vibe of the whiskey itself.
Yeah.
This is fucking lovely.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very, very
Mel,
good.
you are a lover of Scottish. Do you have anything you want to add, or you were already giving me the no, so don't even worry about it, girl. You're good. You're off the hook. Sorry.
I'm working on your fantasy scores.
Oh, okay, no problem. All good to go. Well, Mr. Graham, what else do we always need to do?
We always need to remember to drink responsibly and make sure you see more mana rays than you do weeks of fantasy scores.
Eagle rays. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Use the empty one that we did sound check with just for the clink.
Well, I'm putting the rest on ice.
Life hack.
Yeah.
Podcast hack.
I love it. All right. 3 non-league sides took their shot at history, and one from the 6th division has punched their ticket to the 4th round at the expense of the current cup holders. Macclesfield Town 2, Crystal Palace 1, Burton Albion 5, Bournemouth 0, Grimsby Town 3, Weston Super Mare.
And it is spelled that way on their badge, which is weird.
Yes, it is. The Silkmen, first National League side, non-league side, since the 1908-1909 season to beat the defending Cup champions. The team to do it in 1908 and 1909, non-league side, Crystal Palace, who knocked off Wolverhampton.
That is fucking crazy. That's some proper, like, Abe Lincoln, John F. Kennedy shit.
Fucking incredible, isn't it?
That's wild. But here, first, they're now Macclesfield FC.
Right.
Because
Macclesfield Town
had liquidated,
right.
And their owner, after a 4-day bender in Ibiza, bought them on some sort of kind of Zillow site for businesses in the UK.
Yep.
And didn't remember that he bought the club. He was so hungover.
To have that much money.
And he said, now look at us. Well, Ibiza's like Vegas in the sense that you only really need 2 to 3 days there max.
Right. You don't.
He was on day 4 and look what he did. He bought a football club.
Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah, exactly it.
Most of the rest of us only like buy a hooker or something.
So the Palace was definitely pressing, right? But there's something to be said about being at the smaller team's grounds.
Absolutely.
We saw it in the closed group. Brody was gracious enough to put up that found that story about the picture and showed the locker room. Like 20 men can't move around in that locker room. There wasn't enough space to do that. Like that's how small the fucking locker room is. And then you go out to a very, very small ground that the handful of your
plastic pitch as well. That's a big deal.
That the handful of your supporters that go and decide to yell something about that team, the other supporters hear it. Be like, your team blows. What's that, mate? Oh, sorry. Suddenly, the Palace supporters get a little bit quieter. They're not as loud as they were because
you don't have as much security around.
Right.
Not that Macclesfield are known for having any sort of hooligans, but it does change.
Have that sense of security.
It changes the atmosphere a touch.
When there's a row of yellow jackets between you and the other people, you're able to say a lot of shit you normally can just get away with.
I mean, the antithesis, the absolute antithesis to this would be what happened at the Old Firm Derby 2 weeks ago, where Rangers supporters had to be in situ at Parkhead at 10 a.m. And if you weren't in the stadium and in your seat by 10 a.m., you weren't allowed in to the ground.
Exactly.
And they kept them in for like 3.5 to 4 hours after the match to let the Celtic fans dissipate.
Yep.
Right? So where you had the ultra amount of security there, here you've got next to nothing.
Right. Exactly. And like I said, Palace was pushing it, but
a very changed team, should be said.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that being said, also, they're the Premier League side. They should still, even if you're not playing regularly, you should have enough to beat Macclesfield City.
Those guys
or FC, rather.
Played in Conference League games. Like they went across the continent and played games, so they should be ready for this, right? You should your third or fourth string should be better than their first string. But the great equalizer in these things, the grounds,
artificial turf,
set fucking pieces.
Oh yeah,
because like
although
height is height. Put the ball in the jumble.
Yeah, but Forest. Palace. Forest also lost to lower league opposition.
Yep.
But Palace, what they scored from a set piece, right? Obviously, very late on. Macclesfield ended up 2-0 up in this game. The second goal came from open play, but it goes understated. Like Glasner said before the match, we left Mateta at home, yes, to rest, but we didn't want to risk his fitness because of the plastic field.
Right.
You know, they had the artificial 4G pitch or whatever, and that's a real concern. Remember when, was it Didier Drogba or somebody that came to MLS and they only played he only played games on grass stadium fields.
We'll also say a little bit of bullshit there on Glasner because they toured in the summer, and remember Palace and Wolves played at Needham Ringcorn.
He said specifically that Mateta has been dealing with a little bit of a knee problem.
So
we don't want him on the plastic pitch.
Right.
Specifically. But because he was already dealing with something.
So they score that first goal. They're up 1-0 at the half, right? And then they get the second one. And it was a good finish, but it was almost a comedy of errors by
from the Palace
of not being able to clear it.
The goalkeeper coming, I thought he was better suited staying on his line.
Just totally tree trunked. Just kind of one of those ones. It's the worst feeling in the world as a goalie when a little dinker, you just watch it go by you,
I
and
think
you can't even get to it.
I think he probably, if he reacted quickly enough, as slow as that ball was moving, I think he had a chance to get to it.
He's just looking at it going, dun, dun,
But he just went, oh, fuck. Like, he knew he overcommitted, and when that happened, he was just embarrassed and just stood there.
So here you have...
It was a great finish, though. I mean, perfectly, he waited for the keeper to commit and then didn't catch it as sweetly as he wanted to, but he caught it and put it in the right spot.
And put it far enough away from him.
It rolled in the back of the net.
And with that...
Also, the most non-league goal you'll ever see.
Oh, my God. That was
Which
just
makes it even more brilliant.
Yeah, and of course... Macclesfield's just trying to hang on. There's the set piece goal, a gorgeous free kick.
A great free kick, yeah.
Get reminded in that moment, you're like, oh, fuck, we are playing not just Premier League competition, but we are playing the defending champions,
FA Cup champions, yeah.
of this cup. Well, by the way, that beat arguably one of the greatest teams in the world in fucking Manchester City.
Right,
to win the cup. Mm-hmm. So let's look at this. But... brother of Wayne Rooney, John Rooney's men hang on as they were 117 spots further down the table than Crystal Palace.
It's also, I heard, the largest gap between winners.
Mm-hmm.
Like the largest gap between two clubs where the lower team won.
Right.
It's a huge deal. This is what we turn up for. This is the magic of the cup, right?
This is what it is.
And I love
100% what it is.
I don't know if you saw Wayne Rooney in this situation on television and seen any of those clips, but he was getting choked up talking about his brother, how proud he was about him.
Aw, that's fantastic.
Which is pretty cool. And he was like working. He was like covering the game kind of thing.
Well, that's true because, well, his brother's a far superior manager than Wayne.
Yeah. He can actually get the job done. I mean, get him into Manchester United.
Yeah, no shit.
But he, the other piece to this too is you get the honesty, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, "How do you feel?" He was like, "Well, it hasn't really settled in yet. Like I didn't think." They were like, "What was your team talk yesterday and then today before the game?" He said, "Yeah, I just tried to cheer the lads up and get them excited and all this kind of stuff." And he was like, "Did you think you'd win?" And he was like, "No, sure didn't."
Yeah.
He was just completely honest about it. He was like, there's fucking 117 places between us in the pyramid.
Right.
No, I didn't think we were going to win.
We put on a tough game and lose 2-1 and walk away happy.
Try to cheer them up and get them excited and you know, with the spectacle and it's on television and all this kind of stuff, which they don't get in the National League in any real capacity besides this competition. So they, you know, what he basically said was, and you don't see this. Like if League One's coming up against the Premier League, you get that manager going, "Oh, you know, well they haven't really been in good form, and we thought we might have a chance here, and we knew they were going to rest some people." You know, you get that political kind of answer. I love John Rooney was just like, "Nah, I didn't think we had a shot, really."
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I thought we were going to get fucked. That's one of my favorites.
What it ultimately takes is just that one bounce to go your way.
Yeah.
That missed assignment that led to a perfect header that's in the back of the net and you're up 1-0. And then a comedy of errors of how to clear the ball that just falls on a guy's foot open inside the box.
And he found the composure to get it done.
Got it in the net.
It's awesome.
You know? And then you just figure out a way to hang on. You hang on and then that's it. It's over. It's pandemonium. Everybody's running onto the field.
And did you see that Sky Sports was doing an interview with the owner? Forgive me, I can't remember his name. But essentially the captain of the team was behind the bar pouring pints, still in his kit with his captain armband on.
Yeah,
right. And so it looked like it was their like. Not, I'm sure they don't have a team canteen, but it was like the clubhouse for the club. And there's supporters in there, and they're, you know, he was, and the team's in there, and everybody's drinking and going nuts. They said for about 5.5, 6 hours after the game, there was like 1,000 or 1,500 people just hanging out outside the ground.
Oh yeah,
just like want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
just like here for it.
It's historic,
and they were all just in there chugging pints, which is awesome.
And I know every year there's always something big that happens, right? And I would say probably Bournemouth making it to the 5th round of the FA Cup is probably bigger than this, but
I don't know, man.
I think they're pretty
different.
Fucking massive.
I think they're different. Bournemouth took some scalps on the way, right? But like one of them was Ipswich, right? You know, like that kind of stuff. But
When they finally played a Premier League team, they got beat.
117 places between you.
It's insane.
You're talking over 100 years of history where the holders have not gone out to non-league opposition.
Right.
You're talking, I mean, those things are not what Bournemouth achieved, right? I think they're separate. They're both excellent stories, and that's why the FA Cup still matters, and that's why, exactly why, this is my favorite weekend of the fucking season.
Yeah, because this happens.
Because this type of shit goes on.
And then there was what happened to Bournemouth, which is what normally happens to do with non-league sides. They got thumped.
Yeah, and I think they looked better in this game than the scoreline shows.
Yeah.
They had some chances, but the Burton keeper was up to it. And then eventually they just kind of fizzled out. It was individual errors here or there that led to chances, and Burton Albion were just clinical.
Right. Well, and also
is what it really boiled down to.
There's not a ton to really say about this game. You know, they are cup darlings. They've made it to the 5th round before. They before inevitably losing to Everton at Goodison, which for a non-league side, like, that's pretty fucking
It's a
cool
big deal.
to play one of the most iconic grounds in the.
And I'm pretty sure that
country.
y'all gave them the gate receipts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's another story about that which we'll come on to later.
So, but really for Bournemouth, they're in second place in the National League. Their real focus is on potentially getting promoted and getting into professional football, like into the professional league. So I have a feeling, while, yeah, this stings. You've had your cup moments. You've been to the 3rd round now in the last 5 years multiple times.
Right.
Like you know, okay, you took a thumping. That's going to happen.
It happens occasionally.
And for somebody like Burton Albion, who has not been doing very well in League One, it might be something that jumpstarts and gets them out of the hole, because they've been sitting in, like, I think 3rd from the bottom pretty much the entire season so far. And then we get to Grimsby Town, the darlings of the League Cup, beating Manchester United on penalties. They've
now gone further in both cup competitions than Manchester United this season.
Facing the Seagulls.
In my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself.
Which they're not the only seagulls that said go fuck yourself. Honestly, this was the most entertaining of the three. Like, this was actually back and forth, both teams scoring goals, all 5 goals. Pretty attractive goals.
And 3 of those goals were in the final 7 minutes or whatever it was. They were great.
It was Grimsby kept getting the lead.
When you called me, remember I was in Giant with Cameron, or no, I was just in Giant grabbing something. I had the game on my phone with an AirPod in.
Yeah,
and I was like, hey, I'm about to check out at Giant. I'll call you back when I get a car. I turn the game back on. I get in the car, and it's 5.5 minutes or 6 minutes of stoppage time, whatever it was. And I was like, I just sat there and watched the game in my car in the Giant parking lot.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying with this.
Yeah.
And it was, Grimsby kept getting the lead, and Weston-super-Mare just wasn't going away.
They gave a really good account of themselves.
Them really fucking tough. Like, it was a fun one to watch. And for me, it's like Grimsby now moves on into the 4th round of the FA Cup, which is really good because of the run they had with the League Cup as well. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's one of those teams you now start to be like, yeah, who did they get? Like,
bro, one of the best jokes I heard about,
which is, by the way, Wolves is who they got. So
nice. So a chance to continue on. One of the best jokes I heard about this was today on the Ramble, and one Marcus, I think it was, said that he would have loved if the Weston-super-Mare manager pulled out that little tactics board like Amarim did and start messing with the magnets. Just to take the piss out of them.
Just to take a piss. Now, the the key thing to know, though, is as we go on further in this, apparently the CBS affiliates in the United States didn't really think that Macclesfield's win was like the big upset of the weekend.
Fuck off.
Now we look at the Premier League sides with 4 other sides along with Palace bow out in the 3rd round.
I'd say some of these sides had a bit of a mare.
Yeah. Wrexham 3, Forest 3. Wrexham 4-3 on penalties. Sunderland 1, Everton 1. Sunderland 3-0 on penalties. Chelsea 5, Charlton 1. Villa 2, Spurs 1. Manchester City 10, Exeter City 1. Brentford 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Fulham 3, Borough 1. Burnley 5, Millwall 1. Wolves 6, Shrewsbury Town 1. Newcastle 3, Bournemouth 3. 7-6 to Newcastle on pens. Arsenal 4, Portsmouth 1. Brighton 2, Manchester United 1. West Ham 2, QPR 1. Leeds 3, Derby County 1. Liverpool 4, Barnsley 1. Wrexham advanced, but a Sean Dyche side scored 3 fucking goals?
Yeah, because Wrexham are a lower league team, and inherently Forest just have a better squad.
Yeah.
But it's becoming increasingly evident that Sean Dyche is just simply out of his depth.
American CBS stations were talking about what an amazing upset it was that a league below beat the, like...
What channel is Wrexham on? Is that a Hulu show?
It's a FX show.
Oh,
so
interesting.
But only 11 spots separate Wrexham and Forest. This is not a surprise. If you took them as groups of 20, this would be 2 teams that will likely could be in the same league next year.
And if you also look at not even just that, their recent run of form.
Yeah.
So the lower league side has been shooting up the table. Remember, we were worried about them a few weeks ago. They were in like 15th. They're in like 6th or 8th or something now.
9th currently is where
okay. Yeah, so they're in 9th now. So they're moving up the table. Where Forest are only where they are because there's 3 other teams that are more shit than they are.
Yeah, they would be in the drop right now if it wasn't for the fact that
West Ham can't get out of their own way.
Right,
yeah.
right, and West Ham had a chance to fucking do
get
something
out of their own way and shit the bed
and lost to Forest.
Right, exactly.
And so all of that, and I've saw like the Facebook comments and stuff like that. Immediately be like, I guess 117 spots means fuck all. It's a couple of
11. Yeah.
A couple of American owners. So this was the great fucking story of the weekend.
And remember, one of them's Canadian.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly. but like it's like do yourself a favor. If you don't know, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's basically like every American sports outlet except NBC just like dangles from Alexi Lawless's pointless balls.
Yeah. Exactly. Spot on.
One of the absolute worst insights into football I've ever heard. Probably top 5. At least 3 of the top 5 have come out of Alexi Lawless's mouth. I don't know why he's still employed. I don't know what photos he has of somebody at Fox, but he's one of the worst people I've seen on air do anything.
He sucks.
It just doesn't know anything.
Our boy Mark fucking because of him like just hates all American commentators and be like, there's actually some decent American commentators. Settle down. Like Stu Holden calls a pretty decent game. Like he's a good color man.
Tim Howard is a great fucking analyst.
Yeah,
like he's a wonderful.
Settle down.
Just relax. The other speaking of that, by the way. Of Mark, got into it with him a bit about Arsenal and Tottenham, and he was like, I've just been giving him a load of shit. And he was like, oh, more bottles and trophies. And I was like, in the same 23-year span, we won 7, you won 2.
Right.
And we've been in a position to bottle it. You finished last season in 17th, and you currently sit 14th. I can't hear you from all the way up here, brother. Okay?
All right, good. We're going to keep this rolling because there's a lot of games to cover. Sunderland Everton was just a bad match, but you know what was beautiful? I don't know how many rounds they're doing it for. Even playing field. No fucking VAR in Premier League stadiums.
It comes in the 5th round.
Yeah.
So we get one more round with no VAR.
I will openly admit, soft fucking penalty for Anzu in the box. A very soft penalty. VAR.
But it was nice to not have a 6-minute break.
Well, and also the fact that if this was happening at Millwall, it wouldn't have been looked at. Right? Like
I think the whole competition should have no VAR because 2 teams are not playing when it comes in.
Yeah.
potentially, if the lower league teams make it that far, you will not have VAR at some stadiums, but you will at others,
and that's wrong. Side's going to grab a little bit more. It's going to give you a little elbow in the back when you're going up for a ball, and they're going to get called for it on VAR.
Exactly. You should just have a set. If not everybody can do it, this competition is played without VAR. Period.
So Everton were wearing a fourth kit. It was dark blue to kind of commemorate the skyline of the Bramley Moor Dock. That's great. We had more kits available as a club than substitutes that had gotten first team minutes.
Nice.
3. Mark Travers.
Yeah.
Who was the backup, who wasn't getting in. You had Reece Welsh, who had played one game against Tottenham 3 seasons ago, and Tiano Barry. That was the only guys on the bench who had seen a single minute of Premier League time.
Action, yeah.
4 kits. So kits beat the team.
That's nice.
The most...
I was going to say, I tell you what's not beautiful is that penalty shootout.
Like, I get Garner missing his. He doesn't take penalties a lot. He scored one. He overthought it. Fine. But Beto and Tiano Barry, come on, dudes. You're strikers. Like,
because their whole job's to put the ball in the back of the net.
And they weren't even with any veracity. They were both real soft passes.
Right.
I mean, they were... Dude... Me back in the day, I would have fucking saved those. Like, that's how fucking pathetically soft they were. So
that's funny.
And it's also bad when you make it to penalties and you lose 3-0 on 3 saves, not misses. 3 saves to 3 goals. We're done. It's over.
Right. Yeah. That is
fucking pathetic.
Poor. Absolutely piss poor.
For Everton, you get some breaks now when you've been missing people, so it
actually kind of helps.
Yeah, helps a little, but it's the difference between 14th and 9th, maybe. Like, I mean, it's not like this team's going to be playing in Europe, right? So
not necessarily. You never know.
Could, but I doubt it. Chelsea made it a lot tougher than they needed to against Charlton. Like, they scored a lot late.
Yeah, there was a fair few. I think part of that, though, you have to look into the fact that it's Liam Rowe Sr.'s first game in charge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They did have a bit of a changed lineup from their normal lineup. They did have a fair few stars in there, though, because I'm sure he wanted to get a look at some people.
Yeah, of course.
Up close and personal for the first time. But this was always going to happen when you have first game in charge. You're going to play it a little safe, feel it out, make sure you're not giving anything away, and then slowly grow into the game. I mean, the guy had, 12 minutes on a training field before the team went out there?
Yep.
So it makes sense. Ultimately, their class showed, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. Villa are rolling.
The most predictable match of the weekend.
Villa are rolling. Spurs are struggling. Like, there's really not much else to say. I don't think anyone's surprised by that outcome.
No.
Like, Villa are a team that will likely be in the quarters or the semis, depending on what their draw is. You could very well see them in the final. They're a good enough team to be there.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's just what it is.
100%.
That's exactly what it is. And now their kryptonite in the league is out of it, which is Palace, because Palace always loves to make it tough on fucking Villa all the time.
So depending if Villa keep up the pace, which I don't see them stopping in the Premier League, really. What you're going to come to with the quarters and the semis is automatic Champions League spots, and we need to consolidate where we are, especially if Arsenal were to drop points to somebody and Villa's able to get a bit closer. Those cup competitions become a lot less important. And I don't think they're going to necessarily focus on those and where they may fall down.
Right.
Is we'd rather sit where we are in the league.
Well, their next pull is Newcastle. Now it's at home, but Newcastle play them tough, so they could go out in the next round.
Yeah.
But this rubs me as the kind of team that I expect to see.
But this is something, especially for a team that hasn't won a trophy in a while. But like Palace last season hadn't won it in their history.
Get a trophy.
You could focus on this competition and win a trophy.
Yep.
The problem is we already saw earlier in the year, right? That slow start was coupled with their Europa League travels, right? We saw that before. So if they start feeling as though we've got a chance to play Champions League again. They may start writing off these other competitions.
Yeah, you're not wrong. What's more impressive, Manchester City scoring 10 or Exeter scoring 1, which was a fucking peach of a goal, by the way.
It was probably the best goal of the game, to be honest.
That is...
Rodgers was all right.
Especially because the defense stepped off of him and almost went, we dare you. I would have been a touch more chesty if I was there. It'd be like... Yeah, stand off me. Stand off me.
It happened at 9-1. Right?
But still, fuck off.
No, what he did, what I loved about it was the commitment. Mm-hmm. He ran and got the ball.
Ran back
out of the net, put it right back on the center circle. Come on, lads, let's go.
This is the start we needed. We got him now. Got him,
You're
got him right where we want him.
Down by 8 with 6 minutes left or whatever it was. So I said we were going to get to the gate receipts later on. Mm-hmm. Exeter is one of those teams. Like there's a few in here, like Sheffield Wednesday, a few others that are struggling. Mm-hmm. They are a fan-owned kind of club at this point, I believe Exeter City is. They went to Manchester City. They dropped their balls, dropped their kind of pride, mm-hmm. and sent an official request to ask if they could have more of the 45-45 split for the gate receipts. If they could have extra mm-hmm. of the gate receipts to help fund them.
Right.
The FA takes 10% of everybody, and you're 45-45 split between each club. Pretty much every Premier League team says yes to those requests, mm-hmm. or just offers it because it
gives them the gate.
It's a good piece of PR. It's mm-hmm. a nice way to fund the grassroots. It's a nice. City said no.
Fuck off.
City said no.
Fuck off.
And then proceeded. Oh, you wanted more of the gate, did you? Yeah. How many? How much more?
10% more. Here's 10 goals.
Yeah, here's 10 goals. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck that. Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Now Pep was not. He got a yellow in his last Premier League outing. He was suspended for this game, Pep. So he was in the stands. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they would have backed off a little bit more had he been in charge properly that day. I don't begrudge the players for doing their jobs, and if you're going
to score goals,
but if you look at the squad as well, I think 2 or 3 of the players that scored are academy products that are scoring their first goal for the club. That's why the kid that scored the 9th, like massive knee slide.
Yeah,
it was his first goal in professional football.
Yeah, he's fucking excited.
He's excited about it. I'm not going to begrudge him for that, and I don't begrudge the players, but it's a bit unsettling when they put their foot on the throat that much.
Yeah, to
a lower league team who's just out there, like half the team is builders or electricians or so just. It's unsavory, I guess would be a good word, but no one's really to blame. It's just an unsavory situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck City.
Yeah, but I'm not going to begrudge this 18-year-old kid either.
Oh, no.
Like, I can't do that.
No, just fuck the front office of City.
Yeah, you absolutely. I mean, they got 115 charges against against them.
So the next 2 we're going to combine together. Brentford beating Wednesday and Fulham beating Middlesbrough, because this was essentially, 2 fucking West London sides both getting wins over championship clubs.
Just seemingly professional jobs
doing
as well.
The job they were supposed to do and getting the fuck through it, right? Mm-hmm. There's really not much else to matter.
Absolutely.
The next one I'm bunching together as well, because Burnley and Wolves both beating 19th and 20th in the Premier League, scoring a collective 11 goals between them. And you know what they did to the championship and lower league sides that they played? They beat them. Unlike Forest, who lost to them.
And scored proper goals as well.
Because all the other Premier League sides lost to Premier League sides. Forest is the only one that lost to a lower league
team. Yep.
Like, come on, man. Just do the job. And that's, is it going to offer anything for Burnley or Wolves other than, hey, this is a good boost in the arm? That's it. That's all it offers.
But that's what a cup run can do, right? And like Wolves might start scoring goals properly now in the league because they've got some people that maybe have some confidence. And that's like, even if you're scoring it in training, mm-hmm. hitting the back of the net for a striker and having that feeling of I just scored this goal is super important, right? Mm-hmm. I say it doesn't matter if it goes in off your knee, your dick, your shoulder, a nipple. It doesn't matter. As long as the ball goes in the back of the net, you start to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. And maybe it's a platform for both of these teams to build on. Now, ultimately, I think they're both still going down, Wolves especially.
Yeah.
But it might be a platform to build on.
So good place to do this, because I'm not doing this because Everton fell out of the FA Cup, because we don't do shots of Malort for losing out of the FA Cup. I'm not doing this because we got our asses whooped by Brentford. You know what? We knew exactly what Brentford was going to do, which was counterattack, and we fucking let them, and that's why we lost.
Oh, this was the league game from the other week.
This is more so for the fact that we drew Wolves at home and managed to get 2 fucking red cards.
Yeah.
That's what this one's for. We finally have a chance to take fucking 6 points on the season from Wolves. It was there for us to have, and we completely fucked it off. So here's my shot of Malort is for the draw, not for the loss.
I gotcha.
God damn. You guys just walked Pompey at Fratton Park. You walked them. It was simple. You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
It was a little nervy at first. Obviously, they scored first, but we had a much changed team with a lot of players that had not played together before.
Fratton Park is not an easy building to play in.
Nope.
You and I were there on a Tuesday night where 3 sides of that stadium were packed to the fucking gills.
Yep.
For them in 8th place playing, I think, 12th or 13th place Fleetwood Town.
Yeah. It's another one of those one club towns. You know what I mean? It's that's what they do there.
Yep.
You know, to the point where they were opening up 3/4 of the away stand to home supporters.
Yep.
Now, only about 15 of us sat over there. One of them was that 10-year-old you saw flicking off the
Fleetwood Town.
the
14 brave souls.
They only had 2 security guards over there.
Yeah.
Because
Fucking
no one was
brilliant.
really worried about it.
Yeah, nobody really could give a fuck.
But yeah, Gabriel Martinelli hat trick. Important comeback after what happened. Obviously, the media storm and sort of fake outrage about what happened with Connor Bradley in the Liverpool match, which he had. By the time everyone was like incensed, they had already messaged. He apologized, and he had already released a statement.
Yeah.
And there was a very specific angle, and I said this on the other show, and I'm sure you heard it, but just to reiterate real quick, if the camera angle from behind Connor Bradley, when he's going to clear that ball, you see Martinelli's face scrunch like this, and then kind of look to the side, like in case the ball's coming to hit me in the face.
Right.
He didn't, and then he followed the ball as it was cleared. He didn't see Bradley go down.
Right.
All he saw was him laying half on the pitch. When he went over, first off, he didn't lean into him with his knee. It was his shin.
Mm-hmm.
And he also didn't throw the ball. He dropped the ball.
You know I listened to the show, so
I know, different thing. I'm just trying to reiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And then Connor Bradley did inch his way onto the pitch further to make sure the referee was actually stopping the game.
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli sees this, thinks he's taking a piss, tries to shove him off the field. Fine. For him, what I love about this and why this is important is the character and the growth from the media storm that followed this incident to then turn around and score a hat trick when he could have hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't.
Yeah.
2 great and goals that he doesn't normally score. 2 great headers off the corners, 2 excellent little flicks. And then I still cannot believe the Gabriel Jesus pass. And I just want to reiterate for a second the Brazil button that every Brazilian has except Richarlison.
Except for Richarlison.
Because that pass was perfectly weighted in the corridor of uncertainty when the defenders can't touch it because they're going to put it in their own net and the goalkeeper can't come because he's going to get fucked.
Yep.
And it found its way, and Martinelli will never score an easier goal in his career, and it was absolutely spectacular. And then, of course, there was an own goal.
And then you have the opportunity now, still in all 4 competitions with a chance to win all 4. Like you're right in the hunt for all of them.
We're still there. Stop talking about it.
Okay.
Stop talking about that.
Okay, because what I want to get on to is the other really interesting one was Newcastle and Bournemouth, which was just a batshit crazy match that
without Semenyo.
Because
obviously
he made it. He's with City and he scored a goal for City as well.
Absolutely.
But it was a batshit crazy match that
And
it
had
seemed
an
like
assist.
that it seemed like Newcastle didn't want to win.
No, yeah, it seemed like they tried to fuck it off.
To lose.
Yeah.
Like,
Strange, man.
you went to penalties, went all the way to 7-6 on the score line. Like it fucking crazy game. Big tough competition for him coming up next, going to Villa Park for Newcastle. I would say whoever comes out of that matchup will likely, I have a feeling, will make it to the semis. Like I feel like that'll.
I mean, it all depends on the draw.
Right, the draw means everything, but those are two very, very good teams, and it's not the battle of the heavyweights that would be like an Arsenal versus City in the fourth round, but it's pretty fucking big.
Oh, yeah.
These are
for
European
sure.
aspiration teams. These are
Absolutely.
both clubs that have put a lot of investment into them. These are two, even though the table might not say it right now for Newcastle, these are two very good fucking teams. So, and they somehow figured out a way to snatch victory out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know who's likely not going to get a trophy because unless they do something incredible and you bottle it,
Manchester United?
yeah, and that was when.
Get my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very simple. They are not going to win a trophy this year, and there's something very satisfying about it. Like, it's so definitive. It's like, it's not like they're going to make it to the last day of the season and maybe win a European title. There's not even that. Their season now becomes
Try to make Europe.
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is for them now. And there's something as a mid-table club that is so fucking satisfying about knowing that about those fucking assholes.
Especially when no matter what they did before, they seem to walk away with a trophy somehow. Ten Hag won 2 trophies while he was there.
The beating City and stopping City from getting the quadruple. Like, just no business. Like, that's the kind of.
It's just, but that's the paper over the cracks. That's the rewards that they,
that they just fall into a trophy and they fall into a European spot. They got to earn a European spot now.
Oh, yeah.
They got to earn it, and the league is fucking tight, and it won't be fucking easy. And you just fired your fucking manager. Like,
so Darren Fletcher, I thought seemed like he knew what he was doing. Looked good in the dugout. Did all the right things. Said all the right things. Blah blah blah. Looks like it's going to be given to Michael Carrick, or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Michael Carrick seems to be the front runner till the end of the season. Fine. Capable hands, fairly, I guess. He, managed Middlesbrough and took them to the playoffs. Like all that kind of stuff.
Someone who's worn the badge. Like how Ole was to put the arm around them and remind them who they are. That's what Carrick will do.
So, but I'm also not one that the reason they have to do that right now, in my opinion, I am of the same ilk as Roy Keane. And it's not about kind of downplaying their legacy or anything like that. Roy Keane, a few days before the match, said something that was very powerful in my opinion, and that is Sir Alex Ferguson is hanging around the club like a bad stench.
He's got to go away.
What did Arsene Wenger do? Did not step foot in the Emirates for 18 months.
Just got away. And every fucking home match.
Every home and away. Sir Alex Ferguson is going there.
Looking over him. And I get he loves the club. It's his heart. I
absolutely.
Get that.
And he's an old man, and he deserves to do what he wants before he dies. But the club should have let him go as an ambassador well before that. Right? Before they actually did. But his shadow is looming so fucking large. Right? I would not tell anybody he's coming. I'd make him sit inside the director's box until the game started, and I would quietly usher him into the last seat right before the door. And I just wouldn't. I would tell the camera people, do not show him on TV. Right. Don't let anyone know he's there.
He wants to see the matches, but we need him to not be the cast.
But
the shadow.
Think about Amarim, right? He's driving up Sir Alex Ferguson Way to get to the stadium. He's looking at the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. He's and I'm not making any excuses because I think he was tactically shit. But just the specter at the feast is Sir Alex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not allowing people to work.
Completely agree.
Properly. And I think the only comparison is Wenger, because they were both in a job over 20 years.
Yes, absolutely.
And they both were synonymous with the clubs, right? Wenger very recently just attended like his third Arsenal game since leaving the job, kind of thing. You have to just give them space to breathe, and they just haven't done that.
Combining a couple again.
Also, great job by Brighton, by the way. They deserve to be talked about. They were excellent in this game.
Yes. West Ham beating QPR and Leeds beating Derby, 16th and 18th respectively, taking care of championship sides.
Yeah, but West Ham took extra time to do it.
Much like Burnley and Wolves, unlike Forest. And David, I'm sure, is happy his bet completely missed. He wasn't wrong in picking against his team, because his team loves to go out in the third round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And especially would love to go out in the third round to a team like Derby, right?
Yeah.
Like a local rival kind of team.
For sure.
Finally, fairly easy work for Liverpool over Barnsley, but goddamn if they didn't find a way to fuck it off in the defense at least once for a fucking goal. Szoboszlai scores that great goal early, and then later on does the dribble across the goal and tries to be cheeky and backheel it. The problem, backheeled it right to a Barnsley player who went, okay, short thing. Thanks. I'll score on the cop end. I appreciate that. I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
I got it. Don't worry. Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else to say. Like, I don't feel confident that Liverpool is going to hoist a trophy this year. Like, they just don't seem to have the mettle to do it, which is
good.
And I certainly don't think that's going to be the case in the FA Cup. I think they're going to bow out pretty soon. The minute they get some real competition, they're going out. Rounding out the rest of the third round, and this segment takes 45 minutes when I'm not here to drive the fucking bus. Yes, everybody, if you're listening on the radio, on the podcast, I'm just glaring at Graham as I said that. Port fucking Vale 1, Fleetwood 0. Wigan 1, Preston North End 0. Oxford 1, MK Dons 1, 4-3 to Oxford on penalties. Birmingham City 3, Cambridge United 2. Bristol City 5, Watford 1. Southampton 3, Doncaster 2. Ipswich 2, Blackpool 1. Stoke 1, Coventry 0. Leicester City 2, Cheltenham Town 0. Norwich 5, Wassell 1. West Brom 2, Swansea 2. 6-5 to West Brom on pens. Mansfield Town 4, Sheffield United 3. And Salford and Swindon Town were postponed to be played on Tuesday. We're only going to talk about
frozen pitch there.
Yeah, we're only going to talk about a few of these. The Saints almost gave up a 3-0 lead to second to last place Doncaster in League One.
That's a very Southampton thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, and seriously, Southampton's keeper came up with two key fucking saves right at the end of the game. One off the goal line, and the rebound came back across, and he went back across with his other arm and knocked it away.
Nice.
Don should have fucking drew that game and taken it to fucking pens. It was pretty funny. Tractor Boys are on a bit of a roll right now. Like, they're in the playoff spots. They're in third. They're right around. Like, they're doing the business.
Oh, yeah.
And considering the amount that they lost and everything, like, it's a good chance we'll see this team in the Prem again next year. And
yeah, it could be.
A little cup run isn't necessarily a bad thing for them.
No, not at all. To galvanize the squad, keep it moving. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Stoke, who have fallen down the table a little bit, got a surprising win versus Coventry, who have just been rolling, right?
One of the goals of the weekend in this game as well.
Oh, my God. Gorgeous fucking goal. But really, for Coventry, now you focus on one thing: winning the fucking championship, getting an automatic promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as you're in second, you get automatic promotion. But at the rate they're going right now, I guarantee you Frank's got them going, yeah, let's pull a fucking Wolverhampton or a West Ham or a Newcastle and just run away with this fucking league.
Yeah.
The same would apply to Leeds last year. Just fucking run away with it.
Just do it. Yep.
Fucking beat the shit out of
Because
everybody.
also Frank Lampard hasn't been promoted via the playoffs in either of his jobs that he
Right.
took.
So go get him.
Skip that bit and just come up straight away.
We're saying Leicester has won an FA Cup. They're still in it. Like, it's...
Yeah, their squad's not very good.
Yeah.
There was Friday of last week, I think, right after y'all left. They were the only game on television at all on CBS Sports. And I had a cheeky little bet that was in before halftime and watched the game. They're not very good overall.
No, they're not.
I don't think
They're middle of the pack in the championship right now.
The eye test is just, I don't know that there's going to be a charge there to the FA Cup, but they could play spoiler to somebody. But ultimately, like you said about Liverpool, when they come up with somebody against somebody that has gives them real competition, they're going to fall down at that hurdle.
So who had near bottom of League One and near bottom of the championship, the Stags and the Blades having a fucking crazy ass game?
Ding dong, yeah.
And all the goals were scored in the first fucking 70 minutes. The last 20 minutes, there was nothing.
Nothing happened.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, wild stuff. I mean, Sheffield United, aren't really worth their salt as a championship club at the moment. Worsened really only by their crosstown rivals. And Mansfield just put the sword to them, really. It's just is what it boils down to.
And then
but
finally,
they weren't wearing any body armor when they did it.
And then finally on Tuesday, when this show comes out, Salford and Swindon Town will play each other for the right to go to the Etihad and play Manchester City.
And not get any extra money for it.
Sure money.
By the way, Mr. Graham, to let you know from when you were talking about it on the show, it has been almost 2.5 years since your bet hit, but allow me to be the first to say congratulations.
Thank you.
On hitting
9-way parlay.
like legit for real 9-way parlay.
The worst bit of it was there's the one bet in the last 5 weeks I didn't put any real money on. So I could have reaped all of those benefits and didn't do it.
What I'm more impressed of is that there is no bruising, black eyes from when the Rager ripped through your pants and smacked you right in the fucking eye.
Yeah.
But congratulations, man. Good on you, man. And it's I know we poke fun and fuck with each other all the time, but that's fucking impressive.
Yeah,
and
I needed that.
It deserves a pat on the fucking back.
It
right?
shows that I actually do know what I'm talking about from time to time.
So, are you just gonna pick City the rest of the year, or are you gonna be a crazy madman?
No,
like
we're
you
doing
normally
it because I've got fucking almost $2,000 on you still.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it.
Now, so Geckel, I was texting with him. His bet did not hit.
Right.
I didn't want to leave him out. We normally don't bet the FA Cup, but obviously,
let him bet. Yeah.
So if we want to assume I lost as well, we can either add that to our total or not add that to our total. It's fine.
Just walk away from it.
But he owes me a shout on Malort the next time he's on the show.
Very good. I love that.
That was his idea.
Yeah.
He's already responded.
Yeah.
But I just, I didn't want to, it was kind of important. Anyway, I'm a fucking boss, so I'm still up $482 then if we're not adding in that FA Cup loss, so that's fine.
So
what do you have going on with you, big man?
I am down $1,182.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
It's rubbing off because I heard you do the math last week. Because 10.522631579% of the time works 100% of the time. I'm going the top 4 all to win. Arsenal, City, Villa, and Liverpool to beat Forest, Man U, Everton, and Burnley at plus 485.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes, I am picking my team to lose because Everton never wins at Villa Park. Everton rarely ties at Villa Park.
Yeah.
Everton always lose at Villa Park. Always.
And Villa's pumping right now.
Except for that League Cup game last season where we beat the shit out of them in their building.
Yeah.
She was getting a little cocky, so I had to remind her of the one. The one.
The League Cup game.
In the last 30 years, the one.
Where he lost in the next round anyway.
And because I bet it, and Graham, because I bet it, The second time will likely be this weekend.
Well, if the DU hoodoo is anything to be believed, is it's in mine also. I've got a 7-way parlay here.
Okay.
And here's what we're going to do.
Not good gambling.
The only thing I did was add in some goals to the games that you already picked, essentially.
Okay, gotcha.
And I have one extra game to talk about. So I've got Liverpool to beat Burnley over 1.5 goals.
Okay. Yep.
I've got
1.5
Arsenal
total goals, or to beat them by over 1.5 goals.
total goals in the game over
Gotcha.
1.5. So 2 goals or more in the game.
Got it.
Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. I've got Arsenal to win over 2.5 because they
fair.
are that bad.
Yes. I see 3 in that game.
I've got City to beat United at Old Trafford. I've got Villa to beat Everton at
Villa Park.
At Villa Park. And then I have gone a little awry on the not awry, but I've gone. It definitely isn't awry.
Get it the fuck together, Sam.
Newcastle to beat Wolves.
Not good gambling.
Newcastle to beat Wolves.
There we go.
Which is a fairly simple thing to accomplish. What I've got here is plus 1,566, and I did put $5 on it this time.
Very good.
And I bet you the thing that's going to fuck it up is Arsenal's only going to win 2-0 and get out of there in a professional job.
Alrighty, well, that is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, any parting words?
I don't really have any parting words.
Good,
No.
I have parting words. It's taken 1 hour to do this show. 32 games, 1 hour. It took you an hour 48 and an hour and a half collectively to do it.
We were having fun, Sam.
We were having all the fun right here.
Well, some would say it's a little bit of a dampened mood.
I would say it's not that fucking hard to do. Learn to be able to fucking mute yourself every once in a while there, stud.
No, I'm the color guy. I'm not supposed to do that.
Who's the cunt? You're the cunt. That's who the cunt is this week. Don't do hour 48-minute fucking shows.
Everybody enjoyed it, they said.
Alrighty, well, there is no EFL show this week, but we are going to do Injury Time, where we talk about the beers we've been drinking, including a beer from my vacation. And we also check in on the IBS.
And now it's your vacation, huh?
We check in on the IBS and something else special that I'll save for Injury Time. Of course, 3 weeks of fantasy scores to find out where we are on who won each week. And then finally, the great reveal of Russ's name changes that he's been doing just for Mel. And, of course, preview the weekend's action.
Da-da-da.
Should somebody want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do they go about doing it?
Very easy. It's missionimpossible.com. Just kidding. It's patreon.com/DU Football Show. Just sign up to that one $5 tier. You can get all of the extra content that Sam just talked about.
Excellent. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 47, 48, 49.
Listen, I never said I was the driver.
Till next week, everybody.
I was forced to fucking do it because y'all had a jaunt.
Not that fucking hard. Don't make it so fucking difficult. Till next week, everybody.
Good night.
That's how you're fucking efficient, bitch.
Eagle Ray.